Not Broke fan. Cheap, not broke. Cat start off a little two-step. I like that Cuban music. I haven't been to Cuba, but I'm always down. Caribbean and South America listen to my Cuban music. I love it. But I just can't speak Spanish yet. I'm trying to learn though. Trying to learn. How's everybody doing? If this is your first time at the Cheap Not Broke page, this is where we talk about saving money. How you can do more with your money, how to get the most value out of your dollars. Because it's not about being cheap, it's about being not broke. Get the most value from the money that you got. I'm your host, Malcolm Hall. Welcome to Cheap Not Broke. And if you're returning back, what's happening, good people? I appreciate you returning. And what we're going to talk about today, t-shirts. Because, I've been making my own t-shirts for a while. As you can see, this is my t-shirt Hall of Fame. Speaking of which, let me show you some of the t-shirts that I got for you real quick. If you hadn't got one, you should grab a t-shirt. Be a part of the Cheap Not Broke lifestyle, Cheap Not Broke lifestyle club. Check this out. So got t-shirts, you want to grab a t-shirt, support the brand, got to get equipment, got to travel. I'm in stand-up comedy too. So if you want to support the brand, I know it's getting a little chilly, but you can still get your swimsuit, get your shorts, get your t-shirt. I'd appreciate it. And there's also a promo code. So if you're interested in that promo code, drop a comment and I will send you the promo code. A lot of people try to start a t-shirt brand. I started making t-shirts long time ago. I started making t-shirts when I used to live in North Carolina. I was in college. I started making t-shirts when it was just the heat transfer paper where you have to cut it out, then you have to iron it on. That's when I started making t-shirts. And let me tell you something. Making t-shirts is a hassle. It can be a hustle, a hassle, all kind of different things. And the reason is it's a lot of different steps. You got to learn the shirts. You got to learn textures of shirts, shirt sizes, all this different stuff. You got to learn about it. And the thing is, if you don't know about it, it's like, well, dang, how do I do this stuff? T-shirts, the whole thing about it is, you're making the t-shirts the whole time. It's like, all right, I'm trying to make these t-shirts. I'm trying to figure this thing out. And you watch all these YouTube videos, but they tell you how to do it, but they don't really tell you every day to day to day. So first things first is you got to figure out, like I just said, the sizes, and you got to figure out material shirts. So you just got to make some shirts and make some mistakes. The first thing you're going to do is make some mistakes. You're going to mess up. I used to spell cheap, not broke all the time wrong. I used to have all the spelling messed up. Sometimes I would cut the vinyl too small. So that's when I was making vinyl shirts. But back when I was making heat transfer shirts, I used to have to print this stuff out of my printer. So you can imagine all the ink I was using. So not only are you factoring the t-shirt cost, you got to factor in the ink cost, and you got to cut this stuff out, plus your time. And let me tell you, sometimes you got to learn about the light colored heat transfer paper, and you got dark colored heat transfer paper. So they don't work the same. So you got to buy different heat transfer paper for different things. You got to learn about that. And then, cutting that stuff out by scissors, you got to have a steady hand. You can't be out there with with the shaking and stuff. Your t-shirt going to be messed up. You have a bit of a slit in your shirt. If you have a person on your shirt, their hair going to be cut off, and ain't nobody going to want that. And then when you put the shirt back on, it's going to look like Halloween because you're going to have a slit through his throat. You don't want that. So you got to have a really steady hand when you're learning to cut these heat transfer so you can put them on the t-shirt. It can be a little bit difficult. And then not only that, you got to learn the temperature and then the color of the ink, because sometimes the ink just doesn't come out right. And then colors of the shirts. Sometimes some shirts don't come out the best. So when I first started out, I used to go to Michael's for everything. And let me tell you something. Michael's is not the place you want to start off going to get your t-shirt supplies, because it's so expensive. You don't even know how much it's supposed to cost, because you're like, okay, Michael's is my local home supply store, my local hobby store, so I'm gonna go there. Michael's is a hobby store. It ain't a supply store for your business. So if you're doing wholesale and you're doing like 10, 15 orders a week, oh no, Michael's isn't gonna work for you. You're gonna have to go somewhere wholesale, or go down to a warehouse or somewhere, or get that stuff online at a wholesale site. Now don't get me wrong, Michael's has a ton of coupons. Every time I go to Michael's, I use a coupon. I will not go to Michael's without using a coupon. That's foolish. That's ridiculous. You got to use a coupon when you go to Michael's. But the thing is, when you go to Michael's, you're just going for hobbies. You're not going for other stuff. So Michael's shirts are $2.99. And then these are Gildan shirts, not bad material. However, that material, you got different thicknesses of shirts. You got Gildan, but it is a ton of them. So these shirts are $2.99 right here. So $2.99 a pop. This is cool if you're doing it for yourself. But if you're trying to make these for a lot of other people, It's gonna cost more. And then when the shirts get like 2X, I think they're like $4.99, $5.99. So they cost more money when you get up to a bigger size. So when you're trying to get off the ground with your t-shirt business, Michaels can be a little bit expensive, and I don't know if it's the best place for you to go. So I would tell you, if you're gonna try to do this Michaels thing, you might want to shop around first. Take it from me. Now it's a good place to get started. Great place if you're trying to learn how to design the shirts. I bought my Cricut from Michaels. Cricut is the machine that you use to cut all your vinyl and different things. So when you put your machine, you design your shirt on Cricut, right? And then you put in a program called Design Pro. Design Pro designs it, cut it all up for you. You got the little hands cutting it up for you, making it look good, right? And then you got to weed it. Then you have this tool. You got to pull it off and weed it. You can find all this stuff on YouTube. I'm not gonna do the example for you. Somebody else does it way better. I'm just telling you my experience, how it worked for me. And I had to weed it, and I still do this to this day. That's how I make this shirt. That's how I make Cheap Not Broke shirts. So I'm outsourcing a lot of them now. So a lot of this stuff is outsourced because I just don't have the time to make them. But I design all the shirts. So all the shirts online, I design them. All the Cheap Not Broke shirts, all the colors, all the textures. That's all me. I'm the quality control guy. It's my brand. I gotta be responsible. I can't have you out there and then the letter just falling off. You out there talking to somebody, yeah, so I was like, letter just fall off on the ground. I'm like, oh man, what's wrong with your shirt? People gonna think you stank if the letter fall off. So we can't have that. So I had to make sure, took me some time to find out the right textures, to get the right vinyl, the right temperature. Because I got my heat press. It sits right here. I took it down because of the video, but I got my heat press. It sits right there. So that's where I bam hit the shirts. Then once you hit the shirts, you got your piece of paper on there. You pull them off, and then that whole process. So it took me about a year. It took me some years to learn how to really get the shirts under control. Because at the same time, you want to design everything. You see something new, I'm gonna make that shirt. I'm gonna make this shirt. I got so many shirt designs. They're cool, but are people buying them? People might like them, but that doesn't mean people are gonna buy the shirt design. So everybody's shirts experience is different. I've heard a lot of different experiences on YouTube, a lot of different experiences of people who make the shirts. Because I go to a wholesale shirt store downtown, Fashion District in Los Angeles. So if you've ever been in the Fashion District in Los Angeles, cool place to go. That's where I get a lot of my shirts and whatnot. But I talk to different shirt owners and different business owners while I'm down there, just trying to figure out what they're doing. Because some people come down there and their whole brand, everything look good. Oh, by the way, got the Cheap Not Broke shorts. Check that out. Got the Cheap Not Broke shorts. Now, I don't make those. Those are outsourced. I don't make a lot of t-shirts as much as anymore. Now the special ones, because I'm trying to design different shirts for different quarters. So I'm gonna have a fall shirt, a winter shirt, a summer shirt, a spring shirt. So a different shirt. Try to do it, I would like to design a different shirt every month, but marketing the shirts, you gotta market the shirts, people gotta buy the shirts, you gotta wear the shirts, you gotta keep making the shirts. So it could be a whole lot. Man, I would tell you, figure out a process if you're going to get into the t-shirt business. It's a fun thing to do. It's fun to wear your own t-shirts. When people start asking for them, cool, but it gets a lot to design. When you're doing all this by yourself, you will cap out. There's only so much you can do by yourself. You either got to get some help or you got to outsource it. Now, some people just do drop shipping t-shirts. They have another site. They design a shirt on the site, and then they get them shipped out. So that's what I do with some of my stuff. I design on another site and get it shipped out. Third party, because you just can't make it, and they're professionals. That's what they do. I'm a professional in comedy, professional accountant, and I get on YouTube and I talk about these videos. So that's what I'm better at, making the content, dropping the funny. That's what I do, and I do it those numbers. So of course I talk about financial literacy. Go to www.stressmoneyless.com. If you want to learn about some money, you want to learn about how to save, pay off debt, and do it in a fun way, go to www.stressmoneyless.com. Back to the show. Designing all the shirts, trying to keep up with them, making them, man, it could be a tedious process. You're going to get some help. Or like I said, you can go to drop shipping. Now, drop shipping is cool, because what you do is you pay a certain amount of money for the shirt, and then you add how much you're going to charge on top of that. You take home the cost. They take home the manufacturing cost of the t-shirt, and they ship it for you. Not a bad deal. So drop shipping is an awesome way to get into shipping t-shirts. And if you want to run your t-shirt back that way, fine. If you're more creative, you want to take a hands-on approach, you can also make your own t-shirts. Ton of different ways, a ton of different things that you can do. You can see that when you're out there making the t-shirts, one thing you got to do is the marketing. Now that's a hard part. You can make all these t-shirts, but how are you going to get them out there? You either got to have like a separate Instagram page, or you got to wear your shirts in your videos all the time, like I do. So I always wear my shirts, but you know what? It's not about just making the money. I really believe in the brand. I get on here and I make these videos all the time. I go out when I do comedy, when I'm telling jokes, I wear this shirt. So I believe in the brand. I really believe in Cheap Not Broke. And yes, you have a brand, but making t-shirts and selling t-shirts is a separate thing. It's a separate business. And it gets tedious. You buy the wrong shirt, you spell stuff wrong. Customers, sometimes I made some shirts that didn't, the letters have come off. It has happened before. I didn't have the temperature right on the machine. I didn't have the correct t-shirt type that was sticking with the garment. So I was getting a t-shirt. Let me back up. Let me slow it on down. I was getting the t-shirt, right? And when I was pressing the t-shirt on the shirt, it wouldn't stick because of the type of t-shirt that I had. No, because sometimes you got 100% cotton, then you got like 35% polyester, and then the other percent cotton. I don't know what it is. I'm out on my math game right now. But sometimes you got to blend between polyester and cotton. You got to learn that different stuff, and you just got to do some trial and error. You got to spend that money to learn. But one of the most important things about the t-shirts, you got to wear it, or you got to pay for the marketing so people will know about it. Otherwise, nobody know about your t-shirt and how you're doing it. So these cheap not broke t-shirts, man, they took some time to catch on. It started off as a hashtag, then I started wearing the t-shirts. I started off with blue and red t-shirts. Blue t-shirt, red writing, red t-shirt, blue writing. That's what I started off with. I got migrated over to the black shirt, and then then we got the Miami shirt, Miami Hurricanes. I like that color, so we did that. And then I just make different color shirts. So these are some of the first shirts I ever made. That black shirt, the first cheap not broke shirt I ever made. So I framed that. So it's been a whole journey in the process with the t-shirts. But if you really love it, keep doing it. Give it a try. I would encourage you to give it a shot. If you really want to turn it into a business, figure out a process and a plan how you can do it long term. Because if you get 20 shirt orders and you got a day job, are you going to sit home and make all those t-shirts? I don't know, because it's kind of tough. And then when you're stressed out by your day job, you got everything else going on. You're tired. You're trying to make t-shirts at night. They may not come out straight. They may not come out, and you might flip it on the wrong side and cut on the wrong side. Now that vinyl's no good. You might get down to your last piece of vinyl. You can't get back to the store tomorrow. A lot of different things that you'll learn. It's all a learning process. So, just go through it. Enjoy it. Believe in the brand, though. Believe in what you're doing. If you believe in what you're doing, you'll make the t-shirts. It'll be fine. And then the money will come later. Believe in it, then the money will come. Because I'm still waiting on the money for these t-shirts. But I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. That's what you got to do. You got to keep on pushing and making it happen. So, hey, believe in yourself. Believe in the t-shirts. I believe in Cheap Not Broke. You believe in Cheap Not Broke. Because if you're still watching this video at this time, you believe in Cheap Not Broke. It's a whole thing. It's a whole lifestyle brand, like I said. But it's not impossible. It's not hard. You can go down to Michael's and get your Cricut machine. There's a lot of different machines out there. You can go down to we have a place here in Los Angeles called McLogan's. So if you go down to McLogan's, they supply all the t-shirts. Speaking of which, let me show you something else. So with the vinyl, because I also make my t-shirts with vinyl, I had to go to Michael's, right, and start buying my vinyl. And that stuff was expensive. It cost a ton of money. So what I had to do was figure out another way to go buy my vinyl, because this vinyl was $9.99. $9.99. And this is only like a yard. I'm paying, I think, $10.99 for 5 yards. So this is crazy price compared to what you could pay. So this is a crazy price. So this is the vinyl here at Michael's. You can get this vinyl at Michael's. They got all different kind of stuff. It's cool stuff. It's nice and all that. But at the end of the day, it costs a lot of money. And I don't think it's the best place to go. Like I said, if you're getting started, you're doing it as a hobby, go for it. Michael's the best place to get started. But if you're running the business, you're trying to turn a profit, you got to go wholesale. You got to go somewhere else. And that's all right. You got to go somewhere else and do that. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I had to learn all these things. The good thing is I'm in a city that allowed me to learn, allowed me to figure stuff out. I can go down there, ask business owners, watch a ton of YouTube videos, and I had to get out there and learn and spend the money. But if you believe in it and you're passionate about it, you'll do it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps the algorithm, as they say. Drop a comment below. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. All right? I would appreciate you doing that. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for riding along with Cheap Not Broke. Subscribe to the Patreon. I got exclusive content. I go way more into detail about my travel videos and my travels. I do travel a lot. Check out some of my travel videos. And as I said, October 13th, Who is Malcolm comedy special dropping. Check that out. It's going to be funny. You're going to love it. Stay safe. Take care. And if you got questions about t-shirt, you struggling, drop a comment below. I'll write back and I'll tell you how to do it and how I got it. Because hey, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Until next time.